What's up guys, Trader Neil here, back at you with another live stream. So in today's video, I go over Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and a lot of your other favorite meme coins and altcoins. I actually recorded this one on Monday, but the analysis in the video and the trades that I'm looking at are ones that haven't hit yet and that I'm still looking out for, so definitely give this one a watch. And as always guys, if you could hit that like button, subscribe to my channel at Trader Neil, and hit that bell icon so you wouldn't miss any of my future videos, I would very much appreciate it. Other than that, let's get started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about the dump that happened over this weekend and what the charts are telling me right now. So welcome everyone to this Black Monday. So I did see, overnight with stock market pre-market trading, there were tons of different tickers that were down 5 to 10% overnight, like Nvidia, I think Apple, AMD. Tons of these tickers were down. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 were down overnight in pre-market trading, which is never a great sign leading into a new week. However, to me, I caught a couple scalp trades on crypto to the upside, pretty much just looking for a relief bounce on a Monday. Usually whenever you see such bearish temperament and such bearish price action into a market open, you usually get somewhat of a reversal. So if I just look at the S&P 500 here, just as a barometer, as you guys can see, once market opened happened, which pretty much 2 hours ago, right? Exactly like 2 hours ago. That was your low here on the S&P 2 hours ago. And so overall, you already had a almost 2% bounce on the S&P, which led to the bounce you guys are seeing on cryptos right now as well. However, on the S&P 500 here, guys, as you can see, you are still holding the daily 200 and the daily 200 MA and SMA here, which are both good. And for me, this is pretty much areas where I look to bid pullbacks whenever I'm trading stocks. Is once you start getting to a place where it looks like this, unless it's going to be a much larger pullback, like you see like a change in direction, once you get a move like this, once you get a move like this, and once you get a move like this under the 200, which are pretty much, what are these, 4%, 5%, and 4% under the 200, that's pretty much where I'm always looking to bid. And so if you get a move to pretty much anywhere under those levels, especially like if it coincides with 49.57, I think you get a nice buying opportunity. Right now, you're getting some relief in the stock market, and that is translating to cryptos, guys. So looking at Bitcoin here overall, as you can see, this lower high scenario has finally played out, and we did come down and see 52K tapped. Not only 52K, but we ended up retesting these previous range highs here from pretty much the beginning of this year, which was right at about $49,000. And so far, pretty nice bounce, about 11% bounce on BTC from since then. And so overall, guys, this candle ever since daily open last night has been a 15.9% swing with a 10% bounce in between. So pretty crazy price action here on BTC. Overall, guys, there are a couple areas of interest here that I want to see reclaimed. First, I want to see 55,821 reclaimed on the daily. So that's pretty much your last daily low here. If I were to see strength in this market, it would be to see us close the daily back above that level, because that's pretty much a reclaim of your previous daily low here, if you get that. So that's step one. Step two is on the weekly time frame. As you can see, yesterday we didn't close the weekly with like the lowest candle close of this range, so that's technically fine. But we have a long week to go. And if I am to see Bitcoin come up to higher prices in the near future, I really want to see this weekly candle close back above 15,926 or so. So I don't want to see another weekly lower low here. If we close back above there, I'll be leaning much more bullish. But for now, this is, we're just right in the middle of a bounce pretty much. And then let's look at like the 4-hour time frame here. So 4-hour time frame, putting in a potential bullish engulfing candle here. It's about to confirm in 23 minutes, so I do think we get that. 4 hours really oversold. However, I would like to see a little bit of divergence form before I take a long here. And so if you get something like, I don't know, maybe you get a rejection on BTC somewhere in this zone. Maybe you come up, get rejected about right here at 59. If you come down, potentially put in another drive of bullish divs on the 4 hour and then get a push up, that would be an opportunity for a nice long. And also, when it comes to these kinds of longs, guys, you need to be really careful when taking them, because once you see volatility like this, it's not easy to just set limits and take trades that way. You really, at this point, want to be waiting for reactions to start taking trades and to take long, shorts, whatever it may be. Because what you see a lot of times is these levels can get cut through like butter, and pretty much if you have limit set and you have stop set, like hard stops, you'll just get immediately stopped. Like for example, here, this 52K demand zone, as well as this golden pocket zone here that I had charted on BTC last night. Once you hit the top of demand, you literally came down and you broke right through the golden pocket initially. Yes, you held it in the end, but on a 1 minute chart, this is literally a 10% move within the span of, what is this? Just a couple hours on BTC. So if you just set a limit order in this area, being like, oh, well, you got 4-hour demand in this zone, you got the golden pocket here, I'm just going to set a limit order and put my stops below these lows at 50. You would have got stopped out. And that's the reason, because you are not waiting for a reaction. You're just simply setting orders and praying that you get a good reaction, which is not a strategy, guys. All right, not trying to harp on anyone or trying to bash anyone there, but I'm just being honest when it comes to setting orders in this kind of market. It's really, really difficult to just blindly set limits rather than wait for a reaction at certain levels. All right. And so my thoughts on if, for example, this long doesn't hold for us, next area of interest that I would be really looking at comes in here at this previous range low at 40 to 69. And then let's go to the weekly, because you do have some weekly areas of interest here on the chart. So overall, on the weekly, couple areas of interest I see is first one that we just bounced at, 57.11. Also an area on the weekly right above this breaker that's important. And then next area of interest comes in about right here, 46,748. So we'll see if that area holds as well. And then lastly, we've got previous range lows there, and pretty much about 39,000. Okay, so if those lows don't hold, then I would be simply looking for near 30s again. So overall, this is kind of the setup here, guys. Looking at BTC overall is playing it level by level. Once you start to lose certain levels on a higher time frame, then the most likely scenario is that you come down to the next one. So right now on BTC, we are above some key levels. For me, as long as we're really above, let's just call it 50K on the weekly, I don't see lower prices happening just yet. But if you start losing 50K on the weekly on a higher time frame, that's when you got to be looking below for around 40s to 39s. What TF do I mean wait for a reaction? I mean, so it like go to a lower time frame and like for example, for this long opportunity that I'm looking at these previous range highs, you want to look for price action to come down, hit this level down here, hit these levels over here, and you want to see a reaction. So if price action comes down, hits them, and you see a buyback candle and you see a wick, that's the kind of thing when I talk about a reaction. You want to see some buy pressure. You don't want to see price come down on the 1 minute and then immediately close, 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 close. There's no long to be had if you just see continuous closes under these levels. That's what I'm talking about. We got Unity AI in the chat. So that's what I mean by reaction. You're literally just looking for buy pressure. All right. Yeah, no problem. And then let's take a look at the 12-hour RSI here. Just oversold, but no divergences, nothing like that. I really do think like overall, like if you get a 12-hour sort of, let's say, I don't know, come up, maybe you get rejected from 59 or so. I feel like this 59K level is going to be at least short-term resistance. Is from just looking at this chart, I think this would be an area where you'd be looking for a lower high. I think you can come down, put in some 12-hour bull divs, and then have a push up. I also think it might be a little wise to give yourself a little leg room on this long. Something like that. And I think this could be a nice area to take a potential short as well. Let me take a fib pull from this high to our current low. You can get that 0.5 on there. Sorry, you guys, you can't see it right now. Let me change the colors real quick. There it goes. Perfect. 0.5 is at a great place for a potential rejection. Let's see. I'll take a volume pool here, see if anything comes up as well. I think your value area low, I was going to say it's higher. But yeah, not only is 59K an important area, but as you can see, this is exactly where we rejected from back when we first lost 60K. So if we come up there, I think that would be a potential area to take a short. Something like that, and to me it's just a really clean opportunity. All right, and I would be looking at candle closures for stops on these, especially in a high volatility environment that I just talked about, guys. Candle closures for stops will really help you. You know, I think it's one of those things that in terms of a rate cut and that sort of thing, I think we probably do get one. It's the question of when, not if at this point, in my opinion. I think that like thus far, it's almost guaranteed that we're going to get a rate cut in September. I know some people are actually saying like there's no way they cut rates in September like this early. Like there's the likelihood of them cutting rates already is super low. But in my opinion, I just really feel like they're going to eventually cut rates, but it's just like when is it going to happen Is it going to be soon? Is there going to be an emergency cut? Who knows? That part I could not tell you. So a rate cut pretty much means that, there's pretty much more of an injection of liquidity into the market. If you cut rates, that's pretty much what people talk about, the money printer going off. Just to put it in like just simple terms like that. All right. All right, cool. Let's see. So Pika said most likely scenario price will take some time to form, just like it's how it's drawn here. Then we finally break above and reclaim above 60. Kind of like what I think too. I just don't think that this is going to be an immediate reclaim. I don't think this is going to be a V-shaped recovery by any means, guys. A lot of damage was done to this market over the weekend, and right now it's going to take a little time to pick up the pieces. It's pretty much just like you saw here, guys. Whenever we dumped over the 4th of July, we didn't just immediately reclaim 60K. So let's just call it a practice dump. This took 2 weeks. So seeing this happen in one day, I'm not going to be in the camp that says that we're going to immediately reclaim this now and pump back above and reclaim 60K immediately. That's, to me, the least likely scenario. But I will say, guys, I know there's a lot of FUD in this market. I know a lot of people are scared, and everything happening all at once is shaking a lot of people out of their positions. I will say that over time, like, the stock market still looks good, even though there's been a huge push down in price. I feel like coming up in our future with elections, with potential rate cuts, there is going to be more liquidity in this market. And so as a result, I see prices being higher in Q4 than they are now. That's just my thoughts about things. I know a lot of other people think that as well, but at the same time, it's just news is short term, right? War news, short term. This JPY situation, that's a bigger problem, but, to me, who's to say that couldn't be solved shortly as well? I just feel like with the market having more liquidity over the next 6 months, with the potential for it at the very least, that's what's going to really drive price. What is happening over here? We doing another one, 46K again? Bro's getting bro's getting flagged as a spammer. I'm dead. Poor dude. What are my thoughts on the election on Kamala wins? Okay, so personally, I do think that Kamala winning is not going to be very bullish for markets. I don't think that it's going to be something that people should bet on being a great thing to push up our coins, to push up equities. I don't think that she is the one to be in office to push prices up. I that's the way I'll put it. Do I think she has a chance of winning? Yes. And I think that's one of those things that we have to accept as well. In the end, we can't control who wins or loses an election. However, at the same time, we can control what we do with our money. And in the end, thus far, even with the Dems being at the forefront of, let's just say, the political alley, I still personally believe that cryptos have gone up nicely, that we have had really nice rallies over the last 4 years. And so personally, like, yes, maybe it's not going to be the most bullish outcome for the market. However, I still think that it's not going to be like the huge bearish catalyst that a lot of people are thinking it may be. I still think that prices can continue to push to the upside just like they have been. Like BTC has gone up within the last couple years from $15K to $70,000. So, and that's with Gensler at the forefront, Janet Yellen, with Biden at the forefront, all of them trying to chokehold crypto. Bitcoin has still been going up. So that, to me, I just feel like even if she wins, it's not going to be like the death of crypto or anything like that. I think we still just keep trucking along and accumulating our coins. All right. Yeah, we'll go over ETH. Let's see a couple people talking in chat. Looking at Ethereum, hold 2100 on the daily. Yeah, for sure. These prices are great to accumulate in spot, massive discount. I mean, especially on Ethereum, guys. Let's take a look at it. So I posted this on my Twitter last night, and I think you guys who haven't seen it really need to take a look. So Ethereum has had a amazing bounce from our current low. I think I'm gonna post in my channel, probably trim some off our spot bids here because we got in at a really nice price last night. So this is our ascending triangle breakout from the bear market, guys. I was posting this back during the bear market as well, not just recently. I mean, this isn't the first time I'm showing this, is what I mean. I pretty much was showing this ascending triangle breakout, and as you guys can see, we pretty much hit the measured move of this right here at 3,500. And so now we're bullishly back testing that entry point where you flipped this ascending triangle breakout, and you're retesting the weekly 200 moving average here in the weekly exponential 200. So in my opinion, guys, I really don't think Ethereum goes that much under the weekly 200 and 200 MA here. At most, I think we could get a quick wick down to like 1730. But really, overall, guys, I'm not really looking for Ethereum to push that much lower. To me, Ethereum probably comes up, and this is what I said in my tweet last night as well. I think you probably see a bearish backtest of 2,800 soon, and then you probably get a fill of this wick, and then you get the real move, maybe some ranging at price action, and then a reclaim over time. This will not surprise me. Weekly RSI, let's take a look. Honestly, looking meh. Daily RSI in the toilet now. So exactly what I said then, guys. Close the daily up here, back test 2,800, and then get a fill of these lows again. And you get some daily RSI divergence going. I think you get a nice push up. I think Ethereum, like some big players sold Ethereum, guys. Some big players yesterday. I think Jump Crypto sold all of their Ethereum yesterday, is from what I heard, which is crazy. And so, I mean, if you get some big players shaken out of their positions, in my opinion, that's a good time to buy. I appreciate you guys. I mean, you got my girl in chat, I see. Yeah, man. I mean, I've been with Unity for over a year now, and you guys have been great. You guys have always treated me right, and been really appreciative with my analysis and my calls. So thank you all for sticking with me over this last year. It's been a good ride, and let's keep it going. But yeah, guys, like I was saying here, like I really do feel like coming down to these levels, like I'm not I just feel uncomfortable telling you guys to take a leverage position because the markets are so volatile and so much news can come out within a short period of time that it's just difficult to advise that for you guys, or to just mention it. But at the same time, like if you like I said, if you bearishly retest 2800 soon, this is where I would want to sell some of my spot that I just bought over the weekend yesterday. I would sell here, and then this is where I would want to rebuy. Honestly, guys, max area where I think Ethereum comes down to is probably 1700. If it comes down to like 1500 again, or these levels like 1000, I would be quite worried about Ethereum's future, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm already kind of worried about it, but this would be really bad coming down under 1700. Yeah, jump crypto, unstake their Ethereum. Lots of people were selling their ETH this week. But you've had some nice buy-ups here, guys. Some really good buy-ups. So, come down, retest that level, get some... The RSI is going to do something like this. Very likely curl up, get a higher low, boom. So, I think this could be a nice trade. All right, and then let's take a look at Solana. So, Solana here, I did end up taking a cheeky Sol long here at 111, and it's in pretty good profits now. Overall on Solana, guys, looking at this chart, this is quite the fucking wick, I will say. Like this is a wick, and I'm not gonna lie to you, a 20% wick, fantastic, right? Good buy pressure, but at the same time, I was kind of worried on Sol that you would finally break these range lows. Like I would not have been surprised if you finally broke them, because Sol is like the only coin out there that is still holding their upper range between 120 and 190. It is so strong here. Like even if you look at the next strongest major, BNB pretty much is still under its range lows. So BNB lost them pretty much. It had a nice buyback, I will say. Like it came down. Let's just look at BNB real quick since I pulled it up. This area between pretty much, let me draw a box here. Pretty much between 400 and 428. Pretty good support on BNB. Under that, you come all the way down to like, I don't know, 348 or so. 346. But anyways, BNB also lost range lows. Sol is still above it, and Sol has the potential here, not saying that it will because the day has a lot of time to go. Sol has the potential to close not only back within this range, but to not even have the lowest daily close of the range so far. That's what you see here. So anyone that says Sol isn't strong, they're lying to you. Of course, Sol coming down from 190 down to 110 in a week, 40% down is a lot, but it's going to happen when BTC pushes down. And you can capitalize off of moves like this. This is 18% up. So if Sol closes back above 126, which is the lowest low of this upper daily range, that is still very, very strong. And thus far, until you lose pretty much, like, honestly, guys, I would say until you lose right here, until you lose 125 on the daily, I would still be just playing the range on Sol. If you lose 125 on the daily on Sol, that's when things start getting hairy. That's when I would start looking at lower prices. These are the areas. I honestly think if you start closing below really 120 on the daily on Sol, you probably see $80 over time. Honestly, if I hadn't already bought Sol, which I did, I sent it out last night, I would be looking to buy more Sol at, if you don't have a position already, then it kind of just depends. I would wait for a daily close to see where you close today after this wick. I wouldn't rush. I would wait to see how this wick closes up, because if you close down under, like I said, under the range lows here, then I wouldn't be buying Sol till like 100 down to 80. That's where I wouldn't even start a position. I'm going to have some DCAs from 100 to 80 on Sol. Yep, exactly where Caleb was saying, 100 down to 80. I'm front running him a little bit with my 80 and his is 75, but he'll be all right. All right, guys. So we looked at the 4 majors today. Hopefully, I help calm some of your fears down. I don't mind looking at some coin requests if you guys are interested in doing that. So let me know. Yeah, no problem, guys. No problem. Just bought Sol Pepe today before that move. Yeah, no problem. Pepe. What if it doesn't hit below 120 daily close? I mean, if you still close above range lows here, if you don't make a lower low, then I think Sol continues to go up. Yeah, let's take a look at Ondo and let's take a look at USDT dominance first. Ondo here. So I hope you guys know why I sold my Ondo up here. This was a huge move down, and overall I was a big Ondo fan, but at the same time, like, I just didn't like the failure to reclaim 1.09, so that's why I sold my bag. In terms of where I would be liking to rebuy Ondo, I don't like this daily close that we had the other night. The buyback candle was strong here. So what I would say is you close back above 0.7 on the daily, then you could start looking for more of like a lower time frame entry for potential long. So this is what I would like to see, something similar to like this here on Ondo, or like this, where you see the daily close above and then a push to the upside. So it all depends on where you're going to close the daily today. You close it back above 0.7, and then you really do have the potential to hit a nice move all the way at least to these levels up here. Long here, try to hit these up here, stops below 0.7. That's option 1. Option 2 is that Ondo just continues lower, and you don't have anything until this daily level right here. Pretty much nothing till there. Let's go on the weekly, see if there's any weekly levels here. Oh, perfect hit of that weekly too. Damn, look at that. It was close, I guess. I guess it didn't exactly hit. Okay, so it got front ran here. That's interesting. So that is a valid weekly still. I thought it got hit. So keep that on your chart. So what I would be doing on Ondo is playing it level by level. At this point, as you guys can see, the structure, it looks kind of nasty, not gonna lie. Like, you have your highs put in here, like obvious high, obvious low, high, low, high, higher low, failure to put in a higher high, now lower low. So what's up, Weather? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. So next areas of interest, either you reclaim 0.7 or you look to long these lows. for something like this. My ETH chart is in the chat above, so just scroll up. Okay, so let's go to the dreaded USDT dominance chart, guys. Oh yeah. So I was looking at this the other day, posted this in some places, and yep, it's happening. It is happening. The bearish scenario here. So depending on how we close the daily today, we close back above 6.5 on USDT dominance. I doubt we get very much relief on coins yet, and things probably keep pushing to the downside, because closing back above 6.51 on USDT dominance, it really means that you're probably going to come up and at least retest, like, I don't know, next level is like 7.28. Let me take a fib pull from local high to low here. You finally hit the golden pocket here on USDT dominance. So that's where you're getting this rejection initially. That's pretty much where, you know, Bitcoin also hit the golden pocket, right? So it's just the inverse on BTC. Yeah, we were talking about USDT dominance. We were overall, guys, like this is what I was telling people on Friday. I was like, these 3 higher lows on USDT dominance, like, that is extremely bullish. And this outperformed heavily to the upside here. And so at this point, you know, I would like to see a rejection here under 6.5, and I would like to see it come down at least to 5.9 to retest the support. This is going to be an interesting point. Either the support gets lost and this is confirmed as a lower high compared to these highs, or this is just going to end up being another bounce, something like this, and then just a higher low. So pretty much what I'm looking at, this coming down to this level is like coinciding with the 59k to 60k short I gave you guys. So it bouncing here is pretty much like the same area where Bitcoin is going to potentially reject. So putting the pieces together. But honestly, guys, like, it's hard on USDT dominance, because if you start getting acceptance back above 6.5, I mean, you have this whole range to play with. This is the bear market range. So that's worrying, but it's I got to be honest with you. All right. So for now, USDT dominance looking bullish. No bearish divs on the daily yet. Let's see what you got on other time frames. You're going to form some bearish divs on the 4-hour now. It's going to happen because this is extremely overbought. I like the rejection here. I will say this looks like a clean rejection, and you still close 4 hours under support, under resistance, whatever you want to call it. So I think you get some relief. I think you come down to 5.9. Yeah, so the golden pocket is pretty much an area where you look for reversals or continuations of trend. So for example, here, looking at USDT dominance, taking a daily fib pull from this local high to this local low, you are technically looking for this to be a reversal point of this short-term uptrend you see here. So you're pretty much looking for this to be the reversal point and for this to come down, make a new low. That's the idea of a golden pocket. Does it happen every time? No, but it is one confluence to be able to use. USDT is, I mean, it depends. Like, when you say bullish or bearish on BTC, it depends on what it's doing. So if USDT dominance is pushing to the upside, that is bearish for BTC. I can guarantee you. It is pretty much inversely correlated to crypto and BTC. It's not like the Dixie where the correlation is iffy. This goes up, BTC goes down. All right. All right, guys, let's look at one more coin before I go today, okay? One more coin, whatever you guys want to look at. Seeing a lot of Link in chat today. Yeah, we can take a look at Link. So Link has broken this range to the downside. I will say, this is clean. What is happening here? Oh my god. Whoa. My trading view has been so buggy recently. Probably because it chose the wrong rectangle. That makes sense. Okay, so here on Link, as you guys can see, you have now finally got your weekly retest of your accumulation zone here. That is beautiful. Coming down, you already got a nice buyback here, 17% move. And overall, pretty much hit this weekly demand zone almost perfectly. So the idea here is, is this going to be your reversal? Is this where Link is going to turn around? To me, it entirely depends on your weekly close. So here on Link, if you close back above 9.5 at the end of this week, then I do think that Link probably continues to the upside and this was just your weekly retest. However, if you close back below 9.5, then I think you're going to have to worry about it trying to accept back into this range. So areas that I would be picking up some more Link spot back in this zone and at bottom of range. And then I would just play this like I did in the bear market, guys. Like, simply, the idea here on Link is you buy spot in these zones. If you come down, you could even start a small position here, like 10, 15%, 30%, 50%, and then cut your position if you close the weekly back under this accumulation zone. But this was a good request, guys. I appreciate you throwing this one my way because I haven't looked at Link in a long time, and it's finally actually done something you can take action on, which I like. Do I think Link is good for spot or there's better alternatives? So overall, I mean, as you guys can see, from bear market breakout to its high, you had 135% move, right? So if you had 135% move, you have to think like, okay, is that going to outperform a lot of altcoins in this market? It's probably going to outperform a pretty good amount of them. However, it really just depends on your trading style and what you're looking at. So for me personally, on Link, yes, I do have a bag. But am I necessarily, like, I don't know, going to stack up on Link over something like Solana or over something like, at this point, even Ethereum? Probably not. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. There are stronger coins out there than Link. My alert was very loud for you guys. My bad. Let me mute. And then Pepe coin. Let me go back here. So Pepe, I have bought Pepe spot here. I'm down just a bit now after that dump. I got really caught up in stuff last night, so I wasn't able to DCA here. But overall on Pepe, it still looks fine. Like, I will say I don't like that it's losing the 200 MA here. But I am going to look to accumulate some more, and areas that it's not a big deal honestly, that we didn't. I probably wouldn't have even DCA'd last night, actually, because I want to see this zone hit on Pepe. This is pretty much the next area of interest. I think you could honestly come down here, hit this area, start filling out this zone a bit, and then push to the upside. And then you could get some divs here. Honestly, guys, like here's like one like Pepe. Like I think that a lot of the downside in the market, I think it's probably capped at this point, and so you want to be looking for some stronger alts. All right, guys. So that'll probably do it for my stream today. YouTube fam, Trader Neil out. Thank you guys for watching my stream. Looked at a couple coins today. Hope I was able to help you guys get a little calmer after this dump. Anyways, I will catch you guys on another video later this week. Thanks for watching. Peace.